though I may be going through pain, though I may be going through hurt, though I may be adjusting, and all of these moving parts are happening, God is still using me to send a message to you guys that you can keep going. But this is probably going to be one of the last videos I do for a while. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode. It's your girl MaHogany. I hope y'all are doing good, feeling good. I hope life is going great for you guys. If you aren't already, make sure you are following me on all social media platforms, because if you ain't locked in with your girl, what are you really doing? So my stuff is on the screen, Instagram, all of that. Make sure you are locked in. Y'all, whew, I still cannot believe that I'm doing this video. I want to do this video because I feel like over the past 6 months, you guys have been rocking with me. Y'all have seen me go through the highs and lows. Y'all seen me crying. Y'all seen me happy. Y'all have seen me grow. Y'all have seen me heal. Y'all have seen me discover myself in so many different ways and so many different elements, and it's been one heck of a ride, and I'm so grateful that you guys have just been locked in with your girl. You've seen the boys grow and evolve, and y'all have truly just been there, and I want to say thank y'all for that. Thank you for just your love, your support, your comments. I appreciate it all. I see it all. Even when I can't respond back to every comment, just know that I see it and I just appreciate it. My goal, even before all of this, was to create a platform that was positive and community driven, and a place where you could be vulnerable and transparent, and you can heal and grow and love. Like, that's what I'm all about. And I have really watched my channel become that for me and so many other women, and I appreciate y'all being a part of just the community. Those of y'all that are on my Patreon that have even taken it a step further to really be connected and plugged in with me, I just want to say thank y'all. It means more than you know, okay? As y'all see from the title, it has literally been 6 months since my kid's father and I split, since he let me know that he wanted a divorce and, you know, wanted to move on and be with someone else and just experience life in a different way. If you've been watching my videos, you already know what happened, and I'm not going to kind of go into that in this video, but just go back and binge watch the channel if you are new here. And I was in a 10-year relationship. Me and my kid's father got together when I was 17, and I'm 27 now. All of my kids are by my, you know, soon to be ex-husband, and it's been a journey. It's been a journey, and in this journey, I've learned so much about myself. I've been able to just experience life in ways I don't believe that I would have been able to when we were together. And I say that because one thing about me is I'm one of those people that are fully invested. When it came to just our life over this past decade, I was fully invested, you know, and everything was about we, you know, building our family, building legacy. And I'm not saying, you know, it shouldn't be that way when you have a family and you're married and things of that nature, but that's how it was for me. And I was so dedicated to just being the mother and the wife that I knew that God has always called me to be. You know, I know that even after this, you know, that I desire to be a wife and I desire certain things. So with that being said, yes, I may go through a period of being single and things like that, but I know that in me, I have a desire to be a wife. And that's just one thing that God has created me for. It's not my main purpose, but it's one of the purposes He's blessed me to be able to operate in as a role, you know. Not everybody wants to be a wife, not everybody wants to be a mother, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I know for me, those are the things that God has blessed me to be able to do and carry those different weights in the way that I do. And so it's definitely something that I see in my future. However, with the time that we've been apart, I've really been able to just grow and really show you guys as well MaHogany. you know, because in honestly, all these years that I've been on social media, it's always been we, you know? And like I said, I'm not saying nothing was wrong with that, but I feel like in a lot of ways, I also dimmed my light and I never allowed you guys to really see me. And I feel like in this journey, you guys have really been able to see me. You've been able to see my heart. You've been able to see the way I think. You've been able to see the way I move. You've been able to see what I do and how I do things outside of motherhood. And you've been able to see more of MaHogany. And of course, there's so much that I want to continue to show you guys. And as I continue on this journey, I'm gonna be doing my podcast and I have my latest book release coming. And there's so many things that God is doing in my life that I am so thrilled for. And I'm grateful that I'm going to be able to take you guys along that journey. I've also been able to just build up myself because I feel like sometimes when you are a mom and even a wife, you focus so much on those different roles that you sometimes forget about yourself. And I'm not saying that's everybody. I'm not. But some people, I know myself included, I pour so much and I poured so much into both of those roles that I forgot about myself in a way. And during this journey, I've been able to rediscover myself. What are my passions? What do I love? I've been able to embrace more of my individuality. What do I like to do? What are my passions? And I've even been able to get back to some of those passions. I don't think you guys know, but when I was in high school, I was the #1 seed for tennis. So your girl was that tennis girl. So I've been able to get back to even hobbies and things that I haven't done in 10 years or so. So it's been a beautiful journey finding my way back to me. And by all means, I'm not saying you have to do this. Like, say that you're in a marriage right now or you're a mom and, you know, I'm not saying you gotta separate from your spouse to be able to find your way back to you. You definitely do not have to. But in this journey, I look at the positives and I know that though this divorce wasn't what I wanted, this was what he wanted. While I have adjusted to this new way of life, being a single mom, you know, and different things of that nature, one thing that I have been able to do is get back to myself. And I've loved that. And it's been a beautiful process. And so I just wanted to give you guys just an update and let you know that, wow, it's been 6 months and thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for just being a part of my online village. It means more than you guys know. And this is probably going to be the last video I make for a while talking about the divorce and things of that nature, because if I can be transparent, and I'd be a little hesitant about being transparent on YouTube and things like that. Not so much transparent, let me say vulnerable, because sometimes people will look at your vulnerabilities and, you know, try to just hit you while you're weak or while you're fragile or while you're healing and, you know, say different things. But even in this, I've learned that my journey is really blessing you all. It's really encouraging you all. And I'm so thankful for that. And I'm so blessed that God is using me in this way, though I may be going through pain, though I may be going through hurt, though I may be adjusting and all of these moving parts are happening. God is still using me to send a message to you guys that you can keep going in whatever it is that you may be going through. And so I'm very, very, very grateful for that. But this is probably going to be one of the last videos I do for a while. So with that being said, despite how people may try to take what I say and because one thing people don't realize, you can still be that girl and still be vulnerable, still have weaknesses, still not go, you know, you go through things too, but that doesn't mean that you're not that girl. That doesn't mean that you're not standing on business. That doesn't mean that you're not all these things. And I think sometimes social media, as soon as you have a vulnerable moment and you show people how you're feeling, how you're doing, and you really tell them, then they're like, you supposed to be da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's just like, please do not dehumanize me, because I feel I go through things just like anybody else. And that's the case with a lot of influencers, a lot of people online, you know, they go through things just like you all do. And so don't dehumanize them and rip them from the ability to express their raw emotions and things like that. Okay, but anyway, with that being said, I'm being vulnerable in this moment by saying, you know, when it came to my relationship, my marriage ending, I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it into words, but I'm gonna just say it the best way it's in my mind. But I didn't necessarily want to stop talking about it because I felt that when I stopped talking about it, people would forget about it. Let me break down what I mean. It's almost like when people, take for instance, people see me out in public that don't know me or from social media and stuff, and you know, unless I tell them that I'm going through a divorce and tell them my, you know, life story in a nutshell, they wouldn't even assume these things. And the less you talk about it, the more it puts it in the past. And in a way, those that get it. But in a way, when I stop talking about it, to me, it feels like I'm really saying goodbye to that chapter of my life forever. And that was really, really hard to process in the beginning. But now at this point, it's just like, we gotta move on. And yes, I've been doing the work. Y'all know I have a therapist. Y'all know I do these different things to aid my healing process. But when you really stop talking about a thing and people stop bringing it up, it really closes the door to it in a way, almost as if it never happened. Now, of course, people gonna know that it happened and that it was, but truly when you stop talking about it, when people stop talking about it, it's like it's in the past. And saying goodbye to a chapter, a decade-long chapter, a chapter that I thought was going to be forever, you know, was hard. And I finally have come to the place where I'm just like, okay, yeah, say goodbye to what was. And as I share this part, I'm not saying necessarily that person, because that's a process in itself that I've been going through, especially, you know, when that person lets you know that they don't want this anymore. It's like, regardless of what feelings you have, you need to quickly kind of get over it in a way, because it's like, when you are in a relationship, y'all both are putting that energy towards each other. But when your partner, you know, finds somebody else or wants someone else, they turn this way and start putting that energy towards someone else, and you're left sitting like this. And you have to quickly, and I'm not saying in an unhealthy way, but you have to turn that energy away and, you know, put it into yourself or into hobbies and things. But my therapist recommends, you know, when stuff like that happens, you're left with an empty part of you, because that was all that love and energy you were giving to a person. So you got to fill yourself up, pour it into yourself, pour it into your hobbies. It's not good to just leave that open like that, because, you know, in tough times, dark times, you can fill it with things that you don't want to. So I know for me, I had to start pouring all that love into myself, pouring it into my kids even more, and just all of that I was pouring, I just started putting it in different places that mattered to me, that were important to me, into my goals, my business. And not to say I wasn't pouring into those areas at first, but it was a large part. You know, if you've been in a relationship, and especially a marriage or a decade long or more one, you know how much energy it takes to be in that. And so you have to pour it into things that are important and into yourself and things like that. And so that's one thing. So when I talk about this chapter of saying goodbye, it's not so much the person, because that's one thing in itself, but it's more so the dreams, the goals, the legacy I had in mind for myself and my family. So that's what, you know, I feel like it's really hard to say goodbye to, that I've had to say goodbye to. And I feel like me coming on here and sharing with you all this lets you know where I stand. Because there's a lot of people, well, not that many, honestly. I always say a lot, but the way the mind works, you can have 10,000 positive comments, but then those 3 that are negative, or those 30, or well, it's never really that many, but just say however many that may be negative, you'll kind of daunt on those, especially when you're in a fragile state. And so it's like some people will be like, you look like you're too happy to be going through a divorce, or you're too this and too that. And honestly, it's God, the strength of God. This glow y'all see is God. God has literally been carrying me through this. And I get it. Like, my family, they be joking and stuff, not in a rude way, but they're like, girl, if it was me, I'd be in a straitjacket. I don't know how you're doing it with 6 kids and the situation and the circumstances and the things that you were left to deal with and da-da-da-da-da-da. But it's all God. It's all God. All God. All God. It's not me. It's all God. Even the glow, everything y'all see is all God. And I say that to say, you know, that if y'all see somebody and they may be new and they see that I'm not talking about it as much as I was, it's because I'm truly on the social level now, putting that behind me. And like I said, I'm not going to be making any more videos about it for a while. I mean, because it's time to stop talking about it. And that doesn't mean I'm not still dealing with it in my private time, but I'm ready to turn the page on that socially. And of course, I still may do updates in the future. I'm not saying like I ain't never gonna talk about it again. I mean, that was a decade of my life that was dedicated to that, you know, and I may want to say something about it every now and then, but I feel like giving y'all the updates and different things like that, I feel as if, you know, it's time to close that and focus on what's ahead of us, what's ahead of, you know, the kids and I, and my business ventures and my life and the kids' life, and just walk forward on that. So if y'all don't see me talking about it much anymore, that's why. It's time to just focus on MaHogany and my boys socially. Like, I of course do that stuff behind closed doors, but socially, I don't want it to be any more I feel this way, or I feel that way, or this is going on, you know, like, it's time to just continue to heal in private. And I just want to put my best foot forward on here and just change the dynamic. Y'all know what I went through. Y'all know what I've gone through to get to this point, but it's not going to be any more, you know, updates as far as like, it's been 3 months, it's been 9 months. I might do one at like a year, because that's a big milestone. But who knows what the future holds as far as like, you know, I might be on here like I got a new, nah, I'm kidding. But I'm just ready to turn the page, because I know that I had been holding on because I didn't want people to forget about it. And I didn't want, you know, I meet people now and they be like, you got 6 kids, they by the same man, and they by this and that. And it's just like, yes, you know, I was in a marriage and I was this and I was that. And all of that comes with the new chapter of like turning the page and stop walking, you know, no longer walking around with this badge on that says, you know, going through a divorce. Like, those type of questions come and they can be annoying, because it's like, no, I want people to know that I actually did create this and I built this and this is how it was. And, you know, but it comes with the territory, and it is what it is. So I just wanted to let y'all know, because y'all are my family and y'all been with me every step of the way. And if I, you know, when I stop like giving y'all updates every X amount of months, or this is that, or that is that, you know why. I'm truly, especially on a social level, social media is what I mean by that, turn the page. Because I feel like for a minute I was walking around with the going through a divorce badge, you know, because I still am going through a divorce. But like I said, I explained, I didn't want to necessarily let go of that. But now, you know, it's time to turn that page. And I already have mentally, but I wanted to give you guys the update. So when people come to my page and they don't know that this is what happened, or this is where I come from, or when I meet somebody new and things like that, it just comes with the territory. And, you know, it's time to just walk around with MaHogany. Not the MaHogany that's going through a divorce, but MaHogany. Just be me as me and just show up as that. And I just want to say thank y'all for being locked in with me every step of the way. And it's been a journey. It's been a journey. That's the only way I can describe it. But I'm thankful for that journey. And this is the most unsure space I've been in. And what I mean by that is, yes, I know a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now, God is going to bless me. He's going to continue to bless me. But when I say unsure, it's like when I was in that relationship, I had plans. I would like to say we had plans, goals. You know, it was a whole legacy that we visioned. But walking this out by myself, it's like I don't know what MaHogany looks like 3 months from now when her kids are in school and, you know, she's doing this and her book's released and she's traveling for that and she's at field trips. Like, I know that I'm gonna be blessed. Am I going? Am I coming? But I don't know, how does it feel? How does it smell? What is it? I'm meeting a new version of myself, and it's interesting. It's interesting. But I know that God is with me in it all, and I'm grateful for that. And I just wanted to say thank y'all for being a part of the ride. Thank y'all for being a part of the journey. And the best is yet to come for me, my kids, my life, my brand, my visions, my goals, everything that I touch with God. I know it will be blessed. And it's time to truly just walk in that. And yeah, so cheers to a new level, cheers to a new dimension, cheers to new content. I know y'all been loving all the content I've been giving y'all, but and I'm gonna keep, you know, giving y'all great content and great updates, life, and all the 9 yards. But it's time to truly turn the page of moving while going through divorce, while going through divorce. Yes, I'm still going through divorce, but I want to take off that badge of I'm going through the divorce and just show up as MaHogany. Like, MaHogany's moving. MaHogany's doing this. MaHogany and her kids are doing this without having to hint or keep what I'm going through alive, because I really did not want to let go of that chapter. But it's time to let go, socially and personally. Like, I'm doing the work, but really, like, on a social level, because I don't want it to become like my brand. And what I mean by that is I don't want to be MaHogany, the woman who's going through a divorce with 6 kids. Yeah, that's my life and that's what I'm going through, but I want to be MaHogany, the beautiful, talented entrepreneur, mother of 6, who's thriving in her career, living her best soft life while also navigating a divorce. You know, less emphasis on that and more on what God is really trying to do in the life of me and my kids. So I love y'all to the moon and back. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching every video to the end. And those who get it, but I didn't want to, you know, make any adjustments per se without telling y'all, hey, this is how I'm moving, this is why I'm doing it, and this is where I am. And I thank y'all for accepting me, loving me, being here with me the whole ride. And I love y'all so much. And till next time, see y'all in the next video. Bye.